fund accounting. So here this video is to jot down all the steps involved in fund accounting. However, let me give you a quick disclaimer that whatever steps I'm going to mention, it is generally correct, more or less it will be same, but however it may not match with 100% what you are doing with your process, as it may have some differences process to process. Okay, having given this disclaimer, let's just start with the points involved in fund accounting work. See, first of all, fund accounting work typically starts after the closing hours of the market. Reason being, they will have to key in the closing price of the securities into the system. Now, let's begin with properly all the steps. Is the first step is to check and pull the reports from prior day. Okay, so you pull the reports from prior day, and from the prior day, pull the reports from the prior day and check if the reported valuation, that is NAV and other balances on the accounting system. Okay, and other balances on the accounting system matches with the custodians actual balance based on prior day. Okay, it should match, and the day is open for today's activities. Okay, so this is the first step. So you are basically just checking whether accounting systems balance and custodial's actual balance are matching or not. Okay, NAV stands for net asset value, that is price per unit. So now the real step all begins. Okay, so now today's activity begins. Now the first step, after we begin the activity, is to prepare cash availability. So cash availability for the current day. Cash availability for the current day. Okay. Now cash availability for the current day. So you can give the heading as cash availability and clearing. So under this, we will have to print the report to find out. Print the report to find out cash projections. Cash projections from the custodian's point of view. Custodian's point of view. So from the custodian's point of view, what is the cash projections for today? This will help us to know how much cash is there in the fund on the current day with the custodian, and then we will pull other reports that could have impacted the cash availability today, such as maturity schedule report, maturity schedule report, to know if any bond got matured today, which would have increased the cash availability. Then other reports such as expense schedule report, expense schedule report, to know expense that would have impacted the fund today. Then any other unsettled fund transactions. Any other unsettled fund transactions. If there is an unsettled transactions which might get settled and can affect the cash positively for sale, that is more cash will come in, or negatively for buy, that is more cash will go out. Okay, so that means for buy more cash will go out, more cash will go out, and for sell more cash will come in. Run all these reports and bring the required changes. Okay, run all these reports and bring required changes in the accounting system so that it reflects the actual balance amount kept with the custodian. Reconcile if there is any further discrepancies and update. Now, certain activities would have taken, certain activities would have also taken, like the fund manager would have bought or sold shares today. Okay, so fund manager would have bought or sold shares today. So unit holders of mutual funds, even unit holders would have also bought and sold units. Bought and sold units. Okay. Some corporate action might have taken place, like dividends might have been received. Dividends also might have been received. Dividends might have been received. Maturity amount might have been received if invested in bonds. Like this, various activities are possible which will take place in the custodian's account. As a fund accountant, we have to record all these transactions and bring necessary changes in today's accounting. Okay, so now next activity is shareholders activity. Shareholder as in unit holders, shareholder or unit holder. Shareholder activity, because these mutual fund units are called as shareholders. Units are called shares in certain countries. So shareholders activity, you call this as or unit holder activity. Unit holder activity. Pull the report of all the sales and redemptions done by the unit holders of the mutual funds. Okay, so pull the reports of all the sales and redemptions. Sales and redemptions done by the unit holders. Unit holders of the mutual fund. Okay. Place all these, once you pull the report, place all the transactions in the accounting systems. Place all the transactions in the accounting systems so that the system captures it and gives it proper accounting treatment. Okay, so place all the all the transactions in the accounting system. All transactions in the accounting system, so that the system captures it and gives proper accounting treatment. Okay, and then next step is trade activity. Trade. So trade activity, as in, this represents the activities done by the fund manager. So pull the report to know the trade activity done by the fund manager, that is the shares that he bought and sold today. So key in all the details. So key in, okay, and then key in all the trade details, all the trade details uh, done by the fund manager, done by the fund manager into the accounting system and update it into the accounting system and update it. Check for corporate actions. Next step, check for corporate actions. Check for corporate actions from Bloomberg, Reuters, and update it in the system, so that the accounting system captures all the corporate actions of the fund. And then preliminary setup. So preliminary setup. Now all the above transactions would have various ledgers. All the above transactions would affect various ledgers. Rather, run a preliminary report. So all the above transactions would affect various ledgers. So run a preliminary report. So this preliminary report will run reports such as summary of realized gains and losses, earned income, uh, earned income, sales journal, sales purchase journal, summary of receivables and payables, summary of uh, receivables and payables, subscription redemption journal, subscription redemption. So all these reports will get impacted. Subscription redemption journal. Okay, payable receivable for subscription redemption, trial balance, statement of assets and liabilities, and many more like this. Uh, Fine, let me just write that as those as well. So payables and receivables for subscription and redemption. subscription and redemption, then trial balance, statement of assets and liabilities, statement statement of assets and liabilities, and then yeah, so like this various reports, uh, various reports will get impacted. Okay, this step will make sure that we have the latest updated report for all the ledgers as the transactions done. Then comes the next one, pricing. So in order to price the fund, we need to have the latest price of all the securities of the fund. So put the command to sweep the auto pricing fields. Okay, so this command, this will update all the securities with the latest closing price. So put the command to sweep the auto pricing feeds. Auto pricing feeds. So basically the intention is to make sure that all the securities are updated with the latest price, latest closing price. Okay, so ideally, you know, typically the formula for calculating or pricing the fund NAV is equal to assets minus outside liabilities divided by the number of units outstanding, divided by number of units outstanding. So this is the formula that the system will use then, and then it will come up with the price per unit, that is NAV. So we have all the latest prices of the assets and liabilities, and it prices the fund. Okay, now once it prices the fund, check if any fund crossed the tolerance level. Every fund will have a tolerance level, depending upon if it is a small cap, mid cap, or large cap fund. Small cap fund will have a high tolerance level, because that tends to be more volatile, example around 5%, as it is highly volatile. So cap funds small cap funds, more tolerance level more tolerance level will be there, around, let's say, 5%. Similarly, large cap will have a less tolerance level, example less than, around 2%, as it is not so very volatile. If the fund is breaching the tolerance level, further investigation has to be done to know if the pricing is done correctly. It will breach the breach level only when major price change must have happened in the securities. Then end of the day, after pricing is done, okay, so the last step is end of the day. So where do I write here? End of the day. So next one, end of the day. End of the day, after pricing is done, again update the reports as we have priced the fund now. Print out the end of the day reports. So which are those end of the day reports? Print out the end of the day reports. Now, which are these reports? NAV impact, NAV impact and summary, statement of assets and liabilities, statement of assets and liabilities, pricing variance report, trial balance, schedule of portfolio holding, unrealized gains and losses, okay. So now give final report to the checker uh, for the end of the day verification. Okay. So give final report to the checker for the verification for the end of the day verification. Then update client, update client nav sheet, enter the fund value, enter the fund value into, say for example, Nasdaq. Okay. And then close the fund. So typically these are the steps involved in fund accounting process. Thank you so much for your time.